Hello, everybody. This is an after the hospital update. I'll give you a full update on exactly what happened at the hospital and how everything is sitting. But before I get into all of that, please um, take a minute to like the video, take a minute to share the video. I would love to hear your comments. If you're in the same type of scenario, same type of situation right now with kidney disease or kidney transplant, maybe having some health issues. In these videos, I am going to be sharing my journey through kidney disease and ultimately kidney transplant. Um, I've got some great videos coming up that's going to be talking about that. But in this video, mainly I'm going to focus on why I was in the hospital, what happened um, during the time that I was in the hospital, all the bad food that I had to eat while, while I was in the hospital, which I've got some food reviews I'm going to upload as well. So um, here's what happened. About 2 weeks ago, I went for my monthly checkup um, at DaVita, which includes blood tests. They do a blood sample, they do a urine sample, and they also do a sample of the dialysis fluid um, that I do at home on a nightly basis. So um, in that testing, they showed infection. They showed some infection enough to where they got scared and they sent me to the hospital. So what happened when I was in the hospital? Um, I got I got a phone call about 8 o'clock in the morning telling me to go to the hospital. So by the time I got ready, got things situated, and I arrived at the hospital, it was about 11:30. So they checked me in, they took me to a room, and then they started the antibiotics. So um, a heavy round of antibiotics. That first time I received two IV antibiotics, two different kind, and then they repeated about every 4 hours or 6 hours. So I got three sets the very first day, two the next day, and then they tapered it down to two on one. So, but the bad thing about that was even though they were giving me these antibiotics, um, every time they took a blood sample or they took a urine sample, they had to wait like 48 hours for the results of it to come back. So it wasn't like I could just get up and leave the hospital. Even from the last time that they took blood, I still had to sit in the hospital an extra 48 hours for them to make sure that they could give me the all clear. So, um, you know, because of my kidney issues, I don't work. I don't do a whole lot of work. Um, I don't have the energy or I don't have the strength to do a whole lot. So mainly, most of the time, I'm just sitting around the house anyway. So sitting around the hospital wasn't that much different. It's just that I was cooped up in that little room with my iPhone and my tablet, or with my phone and my tablet, um, just just watching videos all day long. So that was the only thing. Um, this time around, I can happily report that um, the experience wasn't that bad. I've had experiences in the hospital in the past where it literally got into a shouting match, an argument, um, disagreements, on what I should do or what the hospital should do in order for me to receive treatment, especially with the dialysis, because not all the nurses are trained to know about dialysis, and it puts the patient in a really bad place when the trained professionals don't know how to administer medicine or the proper procedures on handling something like dialysis. So it has been bad in the past, but this time um, it was fairly smooth. Um, I was able to get my dialysis in the hospital. I was able to get treatment. So everything worked out really well. The So when I came when I was released, I came home. Um, they gave me the all clear. No more. In the past, when I've had this infection, usually they treat you in the hospital and then they send you home with about 10 days worth of antibiotics. But this time, I got the all clear. No antibiotics at home. Everything looked good. And then with any hospital visit, then the follow-ups began. So right after the hospital visit, I had to do a follow-up with my primary care doctor. I had to do a follow-up with my cardiologist, and then I also had a follow-up with the nephrologist. So the kidney disease, um, you know, uh, the bad is just all the appointments. On a monthly basis, um, I probably have 8 or 10 different doctors that I have to go see. The nephrologist I have to see every single month. That's a must. The primary care doctor, and then um, I go to a blood sugar doctor. I go to a foot care doctor, the heart doctor, um, as I mentioned earlier. So I just go back. I just go back and forth all the time from these doctors' offices. So the journey is moving forward. To give you a second part update. Um, so I was referred to Tampa General to be placed um, to do an evaluation to be placed on the kidney transplant list, and that date is coming up pretty soon. I think the end of this month, the beginning of next month, I'll be going to Tampa General for a full day, for a long day of tests and evaluations for them to determine whether I can be on the transplant list. Um, I did. I am going to make. I'm working on 2 videos now. My purpose for these videos are to get the word out about kidney disease, to get the word out about kidney transplants. So I'm working on 2 videos. One is going to be on a live donor, um, a video on how a person can become a live donor. This is information that I've received from Tampa General, so I'm not making anything up. And then the process of getting getting a transplant where somebody unfortunately passed away, and then they harvested the kidney. So I'm going to make both of those videos uh, so you can see how the process works. And then another video that I've been working on for a while now that I'm going to publish next week is the full process of how I do dialysis at home. Um, I get asked all the time whether I'm, online in one of the chat rooms or just out in public, and we're talking, telling somebody about the dialysis or doing dialysis at home. they always want to know how it works or um, how I do it. So I'm going to show you that whole process. Luckily, thank God, um, majority of everything my wife does for me. Um, so she took the classes and she went through the training on how to do it at home, and she's been a godsend. So I'm gonna show you my medicines, my machine, the port, and the whole process of how I go about doing dialysis at home. Um, it does it is tasking. It does hurt a little bit, so I like to do the dialysis at night, and usually I start about 6:30, 6:30 in the evening, and then it continues all the way through the night until I disconnect when I wake up the next day. But in the meantime, uh, click the like button, share this video. Let's get the word out about kidney disease and the transplant process. If you're going through a similar situation or have a family member that's living with kidney disease, I'd love to hear your comments. I'll see you on the next video.